Hey guys, Tony here. I just want to say first of all, thank you for all the well wishes within the group after I had my accident. The good news is I'm starting to get more flexibility and mobility back, but I'm still not able to properly even extend my arm to record videos where I'm doing some demonstrations and stuff like that. So I can't even move a mouse about. But what I can do is kind of strategy videos. So that's what I'm going to do with this particular video. And I want to address the elephant in the room. Okay, that really is the Google algorithm updates. Now, there's a lot of information being shared on social media, and there's some takeaways that we can sort of rely on in the sense that there are some common factors being noticed about sites that have been penalized. But one of the biggest things is there's been a lot of manual penalties and de-indexing, especially for people who have been vocal in social media, on YouTube, etc., about strategies that were working well for them. And it seems that Google has basically tried to make an example out of them. And it feels like a PR campaign. Okay, so one thing I would always say when there's an algorithm update, or two things actually. One is that it can look very different at the end of the rollout of the algorithm update. And secondly, watch what they do and not what they say. Okay. Always watch what they do and not what they say. What I mean by that is you're going to find they will say things like they're going to hammer Parasite SEO, for example, and yet Quora and Reddit traffic has increased. Okay. They've got a section in the search results now for discussions and forums, and they're basically giving traffic or rankings, which of course is traffic, to a lot of content from places like Reddit that might just have like three or four lines of text and an affiliate link over some, manual, high quality niche sites that, there's been a lot of effort put into every single blog post, which seems really unfair. But when this kind of thing happens, it's better. Um, every single time you will see this, it's better to look for the opportunities, okay? Rather than looking for the negatives, have a look and see what the discussions are about the things that are working and how we can use them for our advantage. Okay, now the way that it's been described about AI sites being hit, there's a lot of truth to that, but not all AI sites are being hit. There's been a lot of talk about sites that have got a lot of ads being hit, but not all sites with ads are being hit. So it's kind of hard to tell what really is happening, except for the fact that the Google search results seem to be a bit of a mess right now, to say the least. Okay. For example, there's a weird shopping cart ranking boost that I see people talking about on Twitter. There's one site being mentioned that changed the menu item from bookstore to shop. Okay, they just changed the title from bookstore to shop, and his ranking shot up, which seems, just crazy. That would make shopping carts more effective than backlinks, which is just, it's just nuts, to say the least. So there's some things that we can spot, little things that we can spot that we can maybe take advantage of. Okay, now Parasite SEO is still going very, very strong. Okay, why? Because those sites have got a lot of domain authority. Okay, the sites like LinkedIn have not lost huge amounts of traffic from search rankings. Okay, you will still see LinkedIn ranking for a lot of affiliate offers, etc. Medium.com, I haven't really looked at that too much, but I'm assuming it's not been hit too hard. And anything that's got user generated content right now seems to be working very, very well. So that basically covers, all of the Parasite SEO platforms like LinkedIn, Quora, Reddit, and Medium.com, etc. Okay. So while we're looking for the opportunities in all this chaos, um, as I mentioned before, we really need to watch what they're doing, not so much what they say. Okay. Um, for example, they said using expired domains is not a good thing. Well, that's been proven time and time again to be incorrect. Okay. you can you can even go back years, and they've been saying for years that exact match domains don't work. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, yes, they do. Keyword rich domains work. And if you ever had a chance to watch my rank attack system videos, you will see how we can use titles and how we can use keyword rich domains, etc., for being able to rank from multiple keywords just by the titles and just by the URL of the site, etc., as well. Okay, so I'll drop a link into the last webinar that we did on the rank attack SEO system. And I had a chat with the guy on WhatsApp a few weeks ago, French guy, and he mentioned that he is doing very, very well with SERP attack using the rank attack system. So it's still working very, very well. Okay. Now, as the algorithm settles down, here's some things I think that we can um, focus on to help us. Okay. Now, referral domain links is not ever going to go away as long as backlinks are a ranking factor, okay, which is probably going to be forever that backlinks is going to be a ranking factor. Okay, now why referring domain links? Because the more domains that are linking to your content, then that's more, it's like votes from, multiple websites to your content. So what's the easiest way to increase the amount of referral domains? One way is using press releases. Okay, now I know that it can be a little bit of a pain to do press releases, but you can get people to do that on Fiverr. We even got some services that we do it ourselves. You can get your press releases written by AI as well. And everything like that is so much easier today than what it was even just 2 years ago. And you can do it quite inexpensively. I think our press release service is starting out from about $29 or something like that for 200 links. Now that's 200 websites that have got domain authority, good domain authority. That gives you 200 referral domain links. Okay. And another way that you can do it is syndication. Okay. One of the easiest ways to do it is to get a video or create a video, and you can put that video onto YouTube, and you can put it onto other sites as well. You can syndicate your video into other video sharing sites and Web 2.0 kind of sites as well. And all of those have got high domain authority. And so those can be linking back to your YouTube video and also to your content on your website. Okay. Now, one thing that I forgot to put in here, which I think is really kind of important, is the internal linking within your websites. Okay. I'll just put in here internal links. Okay, now the internal links within your sites are really, really important because it basically shows the structure of what your content is about and how it relates to each other, etc. Now, before I had the accident, I'd almost finished a new template for traffic thief, and that new template was going to be for creating silos within your WordPress sites. And the reason I wanted to do that was it pretty much automates all of your internal linking, at least to the point where you don't have to think about it too much. And if you forget to do some internal linking from your articles, then you kind of cover just by the site structure. It's not perfect, but it's a good head start. And then if you use other plugins like Link Whisper or similar plugins, there's some free plugins that I put on the template as well, then you can increase your internal linking that way as well. Okay. Now, another thing about when you're using something like the press releases, the syndication, and also if we are using things like 301 redirects from expired domains, is that we can use that to increase our domain authority. I'm not just talking about Mars domain authority, or Ahrefs, domain rating, etc. Just in general, the authority of your domain, okay? Because one of the easiest ways that we have traditionally increased the authority of our websites is to get backlinks from high domain authority sites. Okay. So when you're doing things like the 301 redirects and you've got all that backlink just passing through to your new site, and when you doing things like the press releases that are on high domain authority sites and also syndication, which are on high domain authority sites, all of that helps, but it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, and it doesn't even have to take a lot of time. Okay. Now, to do an expired domain 301 redirect, I mean, it literally takes minutes from start to finish, even from finding the domain. There are places where you can buy domains that are already cleaned. But of course, the faster that process is for that particular strategy, then you're going to be paying more for the domain because somebody else has already gone and analyzed the domains, and then therefore they're selling the names of these domains for a price, okay, so that they get covered for their work. That's fair enough. I've got no problem with that. Another way you can do it is to use tools like Vids by Alpha. The Vids by Alpha tool will basically scrape YouTube, Vimeo. It will scrape Wikipedia, and it will look for broken links. Okay, it will look for broken links, and it will tell you if those links are available, if those domains are available to purchase. Okay, simple, easy tool. You can do it with. You can use multiple keywords, hundreds of keywords, and let it run for a couple hours, and you will find that you've got a huge amount of domains that you are ready to sort of analyze, and if you want to take it a little bit further. Okay, now there's some Chrome extensions that can help with that kind of thing. And I'm not going to get into that too much right now, but the 301 redirects is one of the things from the expired domains is one of the things that Google says is not going to work. Well, you're going to find time and time again, it just works. Okay, it just plain works. What you want to do is to be able to find clean expired domains that are relevant to your niche with a good backlink profile, a clean backlink profile that hasn't been used for private blog network type sites, etc. in the past. And if you can, then there's very, very good chance that you're going to pass through link juice that will have an effect on your rankings. Okay. There's some other things that I've noticed as well, and just best practices, especially when using traffic thief. And that is to minimize your images to begin with. Okay. So when you're doing your traffic thief campaigns, you have a choice to add images and videos, and you have a choice how many images you want to add. Okay. So I would suggest that you start off with just one image. Now, here's why. The relevancy of the images is one of the things that can hurt the site. Okay. And it's hard, really, really hard when you're using auto-blogging kind of tools like Traffic Thief, to get relevant images. And if you choose to use AI images, they will probably be better because they're unique. And if you can get the relevancy from them, that's great, but you don't always get the relevancy from them. Okay. And it costs more as well to generate AI images. Now, stock images, there's a lot of people saying that that's not good anymore for SEO, but I really think it comes down to relevancy rather than whether it's a stock image or an AI generated image. But if you minimize your images to start, then what you can do is once you start to see some traffic coming in, you can go and add more images to the blog posts that are getting the traffic, so that you can add more images. That increases the freshness of your article, your blog post, and therefore it's going to give you that freshness boost as well. Okay. Another thing that I see mentioned a lot, and it's one of the things that I was careful about as well when I created the template, is to minimize the ads and intrusive pop-ups. Notice the word intrusive here. Okay. you will see examples right now of people pointing out websites that have got tons of ads, pop-ups, etc., still doing well. Okay, you will equally see a lot of people saying that they've lost traffic altogether, and they think it's because they had too many ads on the site. What I would suggest is to focus on getting rankings and getting traffic before you add too many ads. And if you're going to add any ads, then do not do it with pop-ups that sort of get in the way of your content. One of the best ways to use ads can be things like the smart bar, like we have on the traffic thief template, and also exit intent pop-ups. Okay, exit intent pop-ups, they don't get in the way. Okay, they do not get in the way. Now I noticed that I removed some pop-ups and ads from the keyword intent keyword tool web app, and I noticed my rankings shot up within just a couple of weeks after I removed those ads. Okay, so I do think there's a lot of truth in the intrusive ads, because these were pop-ups that popped up in the middle of the screen and got in the way of the keyword tool. So if you are wanting to put ads, then make sure it's embedded ads. And I would not put them in straight away with a brand new site. Okay, I would not do it straight away. What I would do is focus on spotting the blog posts that are getting traffic, freshen them up, improve on them, etc., etc. And then once you start to see more and more of a rankings boost, which hopefully is going to come from time spent on your site and engagement signals, etc., etc., and click-through rates from the search results, then at that point, once you have increased the traffic, then you can put the ads on your site. Now, that's not sort of a must-do kind of thing. It's just my opinion, and it's what I will be doing myself, apart from the smart bar and an exit intent call to action. Okay. I think it's very important as well that you start to think about link bait and lead bait. Okay. Now, what we mean by that is if you're putting things like infographics within, specific blog posts that are higher quality because you spent a little bit more time on them, then that can attract a whole bunch of backlinks to the website. You can do it with calculators that you can get ChatGPT to write the code for and give you the embed that you can put into the embed code that you can put into your WordPress site. Okay, things like that. Those can be good link bait type of tools that can attract backlinks naturally for you. Okay, now I did speak about this at the very beginning of when we started the Traffic Thief WhatsApp group, and I still stand by it. I think it's even more important today. Okay, because the more that we can get natural backlinks, the better it's going to be. Okay, and as far as lead bait is concerned, well, that can be something as simple as giving away a Chrome extension if you're using tools like Lead Blaster, or it could be something simple, just like a free report or a PDF or a PDF of your article, etc. All of that kind of stuff can help us to be able to start to generate some audience. And what I would always say is don't forget to get your site set up for remarketing, for retargeting. Okay, you can put in the pixels, etc., so that you can capture, start to build an audience for remarketing, which we can use later. You're building your own traffic source once you start to do that. Okay, which takes me into the to diversify your traffic sources. Okay, now Traffic Thief and Parasite SEO both are content generation tools using AI powered content generation from Claude, from ChatGPT, etc., etc. We can put that content anywhere. I mean, there's nothing to stop you from putting content from Traffic Thief into Parasite platforms and vice versa, Parasite SEO Pro content into WordPress. And we will add to post into WordPress from Parasite SEO, by the way. because we've got some tools in Parasite SEO that have been requested for Traffic Thief, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep Traffic Thief lean. I want to keep it focused. But I will be adding a couple more tools, which I'll explain at the end of this video as well. Okay. But if we diversify the traffic sources, then it's going to be simpler for you. Okay. The reason is that we don't need to be 100% reliant on getting rankings from Google. Now, where can we get other traffic from? Facebook is one. Okay. Facebook, there's a huge amount of traffic can be bought from Facebook and almost like an arbitrage. So you can pay for Facebook page likes. You can make 5 to 10 posts every day around one specific article, post it into Facebook. And if you're using tools like Strivio, then you're able to go and analyze which posts have been getting the most traction, and then you can basically run ads from those posts, and that will drive traffic back to your website. Pinterest is another one where you can go get a lot of traffic. You can create your own subreddits, which will probably rank very, very well, and use summaries of your best articles in your own subreddit that you control to send traffic from Reddit over to your blog posts. You can do the same with LinkedIn. You can do the same with Medium, etc., etc. So think about how to diversify traffic sources. And I do want to do a case study. I want to run a Facebook campaign for driving traffic from Facebook pages using that strategy over into these blogs. Okay. Now, you've heard me mention a couple of times in this video about higher quality content. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. And I'll tell you why we're going to do this as well. We're going to add an extra tool into Traffic Thief, and it will be creating. Sorry, my son in the background, 4 years old, likes to scream and play, and it's next door. There's not a lot I can do about it, so you have to put up with the background noise. One of the tools we're going to put into Traffic Thief is to create articles from YouTube videos. Okay, and that means that we're going to take YouTube videos, we're going to get it broken down by AI of what that video is about by feeding the AI the transcript of the videos. Okay. And then it's going to create an outline, and then it's going to create the content, and then it's going to post into WordPress. Okay. Now, why this is important? First of all, it's going to be creating content that was originally based on personal experiences. So, for example, if I made an article from this video I'm recording now, I'm making a video from information that is relevant to what I'm talking about in this video, but it's coming from me. It's not coming from a sort of knowledge base of AI. So if we feed the transcript from this video into AI and tell it to create a blog post by creating an article outline, by identifying the keywords, by suggesting potential content and keyword gaps, etc., and then finally writing an article, then we've got a different dynamic in the way that the content was originally generated, because it's coming from an original idea or set of ideas or personal experiences, etc., etc. Kind of falls a little bit more towards the EEAT sort of algorithm stuff. That's experience, expertise, etc. Okay, authority, trust. And so that's one way, excuse me, that's one way that we can use that to our advantage. So I expect that's going to be done in the next few days. Okay, I've already asked my developer to build it. Okay, so we can build it quite quickly, probably within a week. But always when we get the first delivery of a new tool, it needs to be tested. So it will probably continue to be tweaked and improved even after it's added into the tool. Okay. That's where your feedback becomes very, very important once it is released. But I think that is one way that we can take advantage of the current situation. Okay. the major advantage we've got is that we can basically generate a lot of content without a lot of effort, even if doing from YouTube videos to articles, etc. as well. And even if you are doing, question-based initial content, or whether you're doing KGR, keyword targeted initial content, etc., it's not that hard for us to do it. Okay, all we have to do is, feed the web app, the traffic thief web app, the information it needs to be able to go and generate that content for us. So we can churn out a lot of content. We can churn out a lot of websites very quickly, very easily. And if you train a virtual assistant to use the tool, it's going to be easier for you as well, because all you have to do is make sure that they continue to create content on a daily basis, whether that's for one site or multiple sites. That's entirely up to you. But I would say don't put all your eggs in one basket when, the opportunity is there and it's so easy to be able to knock out a lot of sites. Okay. Now, some sites might do better than others. Some sites might be hit with algorithm updates, etc. That's kind of to be expected, but that's to our advantage as well once you have access to a tool like Traffic Thief, when you've got unlimited use. Okay, you're not working on a credit-based system. You're able to go and use it as much or as little as you want. Okay, so that's your major advantage. Whereas other people might be using tools that are fantastic AI tools, but they're being restricted on a credit-based system, and it becomes very, very discouraging for people in that situation. You don't have that restriction. You can just keep knocking out content all day long as much as you like, okay? And you're using your own API keys for the AI that you want to use, whether it's ChatGPT or if you want to use Claude. We've added Open Router API in there so that you can use as well. So that gives you access to a lot more AIs as well. Okay. Another tool I want to add, and I was kind of hesitant whether to do this or not, is to connect with Google Search Console so that we can identify keywords that you might start getting impressions and a little bit of traffic and rankings for. And then you can double down on those keywords and create more content for those keywords. Now, that's going to be a little bit more advanced. And so when we have that built, it's probably going to take longer to build it, first of all, but there's probably going to be a lot more tweaking in the background even after it's released. Okay. The reason for that is because we want to be able to identify keywords and basically insert more content based around those keywords into original articles, and then republish the articles on the same URL so that we can get rankings for keywords that you probably wouldn't have thought about, but it's that are showing in Google Search Console. Okay, so look out for that to come into Traffic Thief web app as well. Okay, over the next, say, couple of weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. Okay, and I'll also try to find a way that we can possibly add in some programmatic SEO. The PSEO here is for programmatic SEO. Okay, and that basically is where we're using shortcodes where we can feed a CSV file into the software to go and create blog posts based on the variables of whatever those shortcodes was. So those shortcodes, for example, could be locations, it could be sizes, it could be multiple things. Let me just jump over here into Traffic Butler, and I'll show you maybe a better explanation. You can see here I've got this for the lab grown diamond niche, and you can see we've got 2 carat lab grown diamonds, 1 carat, 2.5, 3, 1.5, 5 carat, etc. Well, that would all come under one token. So you can put in here, and it would just create all the variations of these different carat sizes. Okay, so by using the shortcodes and then feeding a CSV that has all these variations, then it can create posts from those variations. It can create posts for all of those variations. Now, we've had tools similar to this for years. So it was back in 2011 I did my very first software, which was called Local Traffic Commando. It was kind of programmatic SEO. Back in 2011 that we did that one. That is kind of on the same um, methodology, but this can be taken further with sort of modern 2024 programmatic SEO. Okay, and that means that we can have not just shortcodes for different sizes and different weights, but you can also do comparisons and stuff like that as well. So you could have an X versus Y type post. Now, I need to give this more thought about how it can be done nicely, how we can create the templates, and how you can feed that information into Traffic Thief so that we can create these type of posts. But by being able to do that, I want to be able to do it with high quality templates and not necessarily to churn out like 100,000 pages with it. What we want to do is churn out less pages but higher quality. I think that will work very, very well. And if we ever go deeper into the programmatic SEO kind of stuff, it might be via a new tool that we build specifically for that purpose, where it's got multiple strategies, etc. in there. But for now, for Traffic Thief, I think we can create something that would create high quality programmatic SEO kind of posts that we can use for Traffic Thief sites. Okay. You can use that for affiliate marketing. You can use that for comparisons of any kind of thing, even if you're just trying to drive traffic so that you can sell ads within your site or build up your audiences, etc., etc. Okay. Okay. So I think that's all I wanted to get covered for now, because I know that we got behind with the tutorials. We've added some new features after I've had the accident. What I'll do is I will ask Stephanie to record some videos on the new updates that we have added for my videos that I'm able to do right now. Well, I can still move. I can still move a hand and I can still type with one hand. So I'm kind of restricted, but we can do strategy videos like this. Okay, so give me feedback in the WhatsApp group if you want to see more videos like this, and we will continue to sort of create strategy videos in this style. It's not perfect, it's not demo style, but it's as good as I can do right now, and I'm just glad to be able to get some videos done again. Okay, that's it. Thanks, and if you got any questions, you can add them in the WhatsApp group. Okay, thanks.